Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we are finally ranking the DCEU movies. Now, I've been wanting to do this since I saw Black Adam, but I just hadn't had the time to. So, now I do have to say that I'll admit I have not seen all the DCEU movies, including some that people say are amazing and absolutely love. I've also only seen theatrical cuts of movies, therefore I've only seen what I keep hearing are the worst versions of BVS and Justice League, which honestly I do believe that it's the worst version of Justice League, but we'll get into that when we get there. So I have not seen those yet, so now if you're like, what the heck is wrong with you? I do plan on watching them. Everything I missed, I plan on watching it eventually whenever I get the time to. I mean, Zack Snyder's Justice League is a 4 freaking hour movie, so I mean, my gosh. And the BVS is 3 hours, so I will update this list when I watch them. Plus, we're getting more DCEU movies next year too, so this list will eventually be updated anyway. So yeah. Now I do have some very controversial thoughts, so don't get too angry when you're putting your rank in the comments. Please don't get too angry because some of my thoughts are very controversial. But yeah, I think we should get started because I've seen 9 of the DCEU movies, so those are the 9 we will be ranking. I'll put them in the description below if you don't know what I'm talking about. So I guess we should just get started. So here we go. Starting off at the bottom, at least of the ones I've seen, I'm going Wonder Woman 1984. This movie, my gosh, this is a movie that's interesting. I had to watch this movie on HBO Max, even though I did not want to, because of the fact that when it came out, my theater, the theater near me, was not open. The closest theater was like 2 hours away, so I was just like, I guess I have to watch this on HBO Max. So I did, and I thought, that was okay. When the theaters finally opened back up, I went to the theater to see it, and then I was just like, it was kind of bored. So yeah, I honestly just found this movie kind of boring. I have no want to rewatch it, like, ever. This is like, if I want to watch a movie, this is not the one I'm gonna put on, just because I was kind of bored by it. Chris Pine coming back, even though he was definitely funny and probably the best part of the movie, didn't make sense. It kind of took away from his amazing emotional sacrifice in the first film. If you really think about him coming back, it becomes extremely weird, awkward, gross, whatever you want to use to describe it. Maxwell Lord, I think, was a pretty decent villain, actually. I didn't think he was terrible, but that might be because of Pedro Pascal playing him. And then Cheetah was okay. She was just okay, in my opinion. So, yeah, kind of disappointed by this one. Mostly just the fact that I was too bored to want to watch it again. But yeah, speaking of controversial picks, this one is at the bottom of almost everyone's list, so it will probably get people extremely angry just because they went at the bottom. But I am actually going with Justice League, the theatrical cut, or Justice League, whatever you want to call it. I'll be completely honest with you. When I first saw this movie, I thought, okay, that wasn't terrible. There's definitely some huge flaws, but that was still a fun time. And then we started hearing about, oh my goodness, what happened to this movie, and this movie was just a complete train wreck behind the scenes. It was, oh my gosh, just so messed up. Like, my gosh, this movie shouldn't exist. Oh my goodness, I mean, technically, if we didn't have this train wreck, we never would have gotten Zack Snyder's Justice League the way it is. Because even if they allow Zack Snyder to do the movie that they were going to make, it still wouldn't have been an R-rated 4-hour-long movie. It would have been a PG-13 2.5, maybe 3-hour-long movie. Because they still have to keep it where people can see it, almost like the Avengers. I highly doubt we're ever going to get in a 4-hour Avengers movie. Just like we're probably the only R-rated MCU movie we're going to get, it seems like it will be Deadpool 3, because they want to have as big of an audience as possible to make the most money. So even if they did stick with their plan, we wouldn't have gotten the 4-hour R-rated Justice League. We would have gotten a 2 to 3 hour long PG-13 Justice League. Still would have been better than this thing, though. Honestly, besides the CGI, which was, my goodness. Are we going to talk about Superman's mustache? No, we're not, because everyone talks about that. It's definitely, oh my goodness. It's funny to watch and laugh at, though. I'll give it that. And yeah, just an okay movie that, honestly, the behind the scenes is worse than the actual movie, in my opinion, but, you know, it was an okay movie. Alright, here's another controversial one, because some people have this very low, some people have it at the very top of their list. So here we go. What is that controversial pick, you may ask? Well, it's none other than... Oh, do I want to go with this one? Okay, number 7 and number 6 for me flip-flop back and forth all the time. So, I think we're going to stick with what I wrote, initial reaction, so we are going to go with BVS. Batman vs. Superman. The theatrical cut, not the Ultimate Edition. I've not seen that yet. I know. Get to watching it. I will eventually when I find time to. But, you know, this and the one right above it, which, for me personally, flip-flop back and forth all the time. It was the hardest decision, honestly, for me to make in this list. Were those two movies. So, like, honestly, tomorrow, literally the moment I stop recording, this could be one up higher. Only one up higher, but still one up higher. It's a movie that I don't hate. I enjoy it. I think there's good in it. It's definitely dark, yeah, but that's okay. Superman wasn't terrible in it. Ben Affleck's Batman. I think Ben Affleck did a great job with what he was given. I'm not the biggest fan of a murder Batman, unless it's in Elseworlds, but but Ben Affleck did a great job with what he was given, I think. And yeah, it was an enjoyable movie that I don't rewatch a whole lot, but it wasn't terrible. I don't think it was terrible. I enjoyed it. I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah. Next up on this list, we have another controversial pick because everyone's going to have it almost second to last, if not last. Because that is none other than Suicide Squad, the 2016 one. This movie is a movie that, oh my goodness, it's one of those movies where I watch it, and even though I just see the potential. I see this movie could have been awesome. This movie should have been awesome. Like, there was so much, oh my goodness. Enchantress had potential to be a great, terrifying villain. They could have gone the Scarlet Witch route in Multiverse of Madness. Except they wouldn't have been wearing a character. Whatever. They could have gone that route where she was like this horror villain, and they could have made her goons like zombies or something to make that to the scary factor. I mean, the characters, if they showed more attention to them, they could have been even better, besides 2, who I'll get to. Like, all I see when I watch this movie is potential. I see this movie should have been great, and maybe it is. Hashtag release the air cut. I want to see the air cut. The extended cut don't count. I want to see the air cut. I honestly do think that the air cut could be better than this. Even if it's still a meh movie, I think it would still be better than this, because when I watched this movie, all I saw was potential. Because, like, there are the flaws, like, all the characters, except for Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie, and Deadshot, played by Will Smith, Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn, and Will Smith is Deadshot, were awesome. I really enjoyed them in the movie. Everyone else was just kind of there. Like I said with Enchantress, she had the potential to be such a great and terrifying villain. I didn't really care that much about her. I was just like, eh. Obviously, the music choices, oh my gosh. Even though there were some good choices in there, oh my goodness, there's just too many songs in it at the wrong moments, and it was just annoying after a while. My gosh, I watch this movie and I see potential. Please release the air cut. Please, like, oh my gosh, this could have been great. It should have been great. I hope the air cut is great, and I hope we see it one day. I honestly don't think we will see it. But if we see it, that would be the best thing ever. And honestly, it could be higher up on this list. But yeah, let's stop talking about the Suicide Squad and move on to, let's go into the top 5. Because bringing us into the top 5 is none other than the newest DCEU movie, Black Adam.
Finally, Cat Adam has come back to rule over you all.
There are flaws in this movie, yes. There's some plot holes, there's some iffy CGI, there's some annoying human characters, but the story is okay. Some of it's predictable. I don't care because I had a whole heck lot of fun with this movie. Like I'd say 95% of the jokes landed for me, so I laughed a lot throughout this movie. The action was so much fun and so awesome to see. I loved all the characters, even though some of the characters didn't get a lot to do. I still loved them. Like for example, Atom Smasher and Cyclone. Even though they didn't get a whole lot to do, I still loved their characters. Hawkman I really liked. Dr. Fate was just awesome. I can't believe it. Spoiler alert for Black Adam. So skip to the next placement if you don't want spoilers for Black Adam. But when they, spoilers again, warning, when they killed Dr. Fate, I was like, dang it, I want to see more of this character, especially because Pierce Brosnan did such a great job at playing this character. I really hope we get a Black Adam 2. I really want to see more of this character in this city or country, but I want to see more of it. And yeah, even though there are flaws, I still have a whole heck lot of fun with this movie. So, and I'd rewatch it. I would want to rewatch it more than all the movies below this. When we get to the top 5, these top 5 are kind of like movies I could rewatch, like whatever. So yeah, honestly, I love especially the top 4. The top 4 I love. Speaking of the top 4, let's go into number 4, because at number 4 we have none other than Aquaman. Now, I know this is a movie that some people love and some people hate. Some people say it's too cheesy.
Whoa, where am I? Better not be that lousy Gotham City again.
No, we're in Metropolis for now. I really enjoyed this movie. I had a whole heck lot of fun with this movie. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was such a fun time. It made me laugh. I thought the action was great. The visuals were just amazing, especially the underwater visuals. Every time we were underwater, it was just so awesome. It's definitely something that, like, this is a movie that if you missed out on seeing it in the theaters, you missed out. Unless you have, like, a home theater or, like, a projector with a huge screen, you missed out because, dang, this movie was awesome seeing on the big screen. And I really enjoyed the story. I love the characters. I really enjoyed this movie. Black Manta, even though I feel like he definitely should become a main villain in either the sequel or a third film. I think he was great with what he was given. His brother, Orm, I also thought was a pretty good villain. And yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's one of the DCU's best, at least. Now, bringing us into the top 3, we have a movie that I almost put higher, but then I just couldn't, and that is Wonder Woman from 2017. Dang, it went from a movie in the top 3 to a sequel at the very bottom. My gosh, if Wonder Woman 89 was boring, this is the complete opposite. It's so compelling, the first 2 acts at least. I love the atmosphere of it. I love the characters in it. Wonder Woman was such a great character, and it made me come to like Wonder Woman way more than I did from the comic books. Chris Pine's character, Trevor? I forget his name. I'm blanking on his name right now. It might be Trevor. No, maybe it's not Trevor. I don't know. Steve? No. I'll remember his name after I'm done recording, most likely. But yeah, I really came to enjoy this movie. Honestly, this movie could have been number 2 if it nailed the 3rd act. But because of the fact that it didn't nail the 3rd act, besides Chris Pine's sacrifice, that was great. But the fight and the rest of the fact that they did make it that Ares was causing the war, I did not like that. I did not like how they made Ares cause the war. I think it would have been way, way, way better if they had Wonder Woman learn the lesson, like, have her kill the real Ares, and be like, why the heck is everyone still fighting? Because that's how the world works. That people just, war happens, fighting happens, that's just how Earth works. It's not because of Ares. Ares might have helped plant some seeds, but he's not causing it. But no, they decided to be like, he's dead, the war's over. What? No, no. So I was just like, that was meh. And the final battle was meh. But if that final battle was great, it would have been number 2, because I absolutely love the first 2 acts of this film. I just really enjoy it. I could rewatch the first 2 acts a lot. Like, I just love the most of this movie. But because of the fact that it doesn't nail the 3rd act, it means instead, number 2 is none other than Man of Steel. Technically the first DCEU movie, and the one that should have had a sequel by now, but we haven't gotten a proper sequel. Hopefully we're getting that. But Man of Steel, I really enjoy this movie. I know there's some people out there who's like, it's so great, and then there's other people out there who's like, that's terrible. This is not Superman. I really, really enjoyed it. It's my favorite movie version of Superman. I know it's very controversial. Don't hurt me. I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. You're allowed to have yours. This is my favorite version of movie Superman. My favorite Superman might just be Superman alone with Superman. When it comes to the movie, I just love Henry Cavill's portrayal of it. I actually didn't mind the dark tone because he's not Superman. You're right. He's the Man of Steel. He didn't get to become Superman yet. He should have become Superman in a Man of Steel 2 or a Man of Steel 3, but they were canceled. Whatever. We're not talking about that. He was great in this movie. General Zod I thought was a pretty good villain. The destruction and mayhem, even though a lot of people complained about it, it looked cool. It was fun to watch. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. However, it is not the best DCU movie in my personal opinion. And in my personal opinion, the best DCEU movie as of right now, with what I've seen also, is none other than Shazam. Yes, that's right. Shazam. I love this movie, and I honestly didn't think I'd love it as much as I came to.
Good thing I already finished my homework.
I honestly, I went into the movie thinking, this is going to be a...
What's up, everybody? It's okay. I'm a superhero.
Okay, good. I thought it was going to be like a fun, funny movie, but I did not expect to love it as much as I did. Mostly because I was not expecting the emotion that they were going to put in this movie, too. Like, there's just so much emotion in this movie that I was not expecting. It made me really, really excited for Shazam 2. I didn't mind the villain. I thought he was pretty good. I feel like there is an issue with the tone, because 1 minute we're laughing at this, like, this hilarious joke that is kind of like a family-friendly humor. There's also some PG-13 humor, but some family-friendly humor. And then we get demons murdering people by biting their heads off and throwing them out windows. Yeah, that happens. I mean, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate that. It's just like, that might be an issue. It's kind of an issue, and it might be a huge issue for some people. Unless that's what they were going for, which it might be. Because, yeah. But I absolutely love this movie. It's my favorite DCU movie, at least as of right now. A new movie could come out and change that, or I could watch one of the ones I haven't seen yet, because you probably know the ones I missed by now after the end of this list. So, that, as of right now, until I see the movies I have missed, or until new ones come out, this is my favorite one. I just absolutely love it. It made me love this character way more than I did. Like, in the comic books, I was just like, Shazam's cool and all, but he's not like one of the best of the best. I see this movie, he's one of my favorite DC characters, like, that's how awesome it was. And I love the ending with his family turning into superheroes. I really enjoyed that. I cannot wait for Shazam Fury of the Gods. It was my most anticipated movie of 2021. Now it's my most, or 2022. Now it's my most anticipated film of 2023. Well, not most. High up there. I'm gonna have to do a video on that. But yeah, thank you so much for taking down the time to watch. Even though I haven't seen all the movies, so you're probably disappointed by that. But I wanted to get this video out there. I was trying to hold it back, wait until I see them, and I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to watch them. So I thought I'd get it out now. Shoot, you might not even get the shoot. I might actually watch it by the time you see this. Maybe we'll see. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, though. If you like this video, please hit like. If you want to see more videos like this, please start hitting the subscribe button. I have other ranking videos, movie reviews out there if you want to check those out. I plan on doing more ranking videos. Yeah, so if you want to see any of that, please start hitting the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I post to go live. It really means a lot to me when you guys are subscribe and like. It's awesome. I love it. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Shazam!